Hello there guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Sal speaking. Today I'm going to talk about how I met the Metatron. My brother was attending high school with the Metatron, and although they didn't attend the same class, they attended the same school. So my brother was practicing martial arts, and even Metatron was practicing martial arts. He practiced lots of different styles, and he practiced taekwondo, he practiced karate and different styles of karate. Back in the days, we're talking about the 90s, basically people were overly excited about Bruce Lee and martial arts. I remember among the movies to watch all the movies from Jean-Claude Van Damme, also Steven Seagal, and even Karate Kid. That was a good movie back in the day, you know. And lots of them. There were so many different movies about martial arts. My brother's nickname was Bruce Lee. Raffaello Metatron was a good friend of his, and so they decided to organize a meeting. In this meeting, they decided to discuss ideas on how to make their first video, because they made several videos about martial arts, and Metatron was the mind. He was the guy who had lots of ideas, who was very diplomatic, it was a leader indeed, because he was able to, he was the one who was somewhat leading, but not in a bad way, but in a good way. So he had the talent to gather people together to, involve people in small projects. And so we did. We went to the beach and we filmed. I think we went there around about 6 in the morning or something, and we filmed this fight between my brother and Metatron. And so that was really cool. We made lots of other little movies, if we can call it this way, and we had fun. We had a lot of fun together. We had so much fun together, and so we became friends, and I went to his house, I went to his place. I remember the first time walking inside his house, I was amazed, because his father is a painter. He's going to make an interview to his father, and he's gonna interview him about his works. They've got lots of paintings in the house, and his dad is a very talented Italian painter, and his mom, she's a poet. In my family, we don't have any artists, but talking about Metatron's mother, she's a really, really good poet. She's written lots of poetries, she's written books, and she's won literature prizes as well. So, but I'm not talking about prizes here. No, I'm not talking about success. I'm not talking about great things. I'm just talking about life. I'm talking about life the way it is. And so for me, it was a great experience to be surrounded by artists. I was very fortunate to meet the Metatron at the age of 14, around about 14, 15. And the feeling was amazing, the feeling was great. I would walk into a house where people were really respectful, they were, knowledgeable, but one of the greatest things that really touched me was that these people, and I'm talking about his parents, are very humble people, And also, my parents have been very bossy, somewhat bossy, especially my dad. It's been very bossy, sometimes for my good, other times too much. But in Metatron's house, I could breathe freedom. Everybody was free, but everybody was respectful of each other, so which is a great thing, in my opinion. And so we would meet up many times, and we would play video games together. So something that really touched me about the Metatron is that he was an amazing pianist, and he still is a really, really great pianist. And so he would go around dressed up with a suit and a tie, and it was always elegant, very unique, I would say. I would like to use the word unique. It was very unique, and so it was, he had this amazing passion for martial arts, and at the same time, he was playing the piano like crazy, He would sit down there for hours and hours and hours, and at the same time, he got the chance to write novels. He would be writing novels. I would spend lots of hours as well, even in the night time, to write these novels. And then he would ask me to read some of the things he had written beforehand. And I must admit that he's got a lot of, fantasy. He's got a lot of fantasy. He's got, his mind is very productive, and I was very surprised. Also, another cool thing that we did, we used to play role-playing games, and I wasn't very familiar with it. Actually, I was really bad at it, and I think to this day, I would need to improve still, because I was the crazy guy. I was the guy who would attack the guards, with no reason, and even the emperor, if that was the case. And so I would die, my character will die many, many times, and I must admit that I had a lot of fun. I was laughing with no reason, and I was very immature, as I am today, because you see me like talking, and many people have said that I'm very, relaxing, and they kind of get relaxed when I talk, but really, if you meet me in person, you will be like, "Whoa, this guy is crazy." And so, and even to this day, I am somewhat crazy. Talking about the Metatron, he has amazing skills, and back in the days, he had amazing skills when it came to describe a specific scene, a specific environment, and places, and characters, and all of these things. And when we would, because we would play as friends, as a big group of friends, if we would be focused on the descriptions it would make, we would really enjoy the game. We would really enjoy it, because he made you live actually the actual story. You could really feel that you were in that world, in his world, in the world he created. That's really, that's really amazing to me, And so we had similar experiences, although he's an amazing guy. His English is perfect, and my English is not. And he's got a really great accent when he speaks, and it's amazing. Like, he lived in England for a few years as a teenager, and I did the same thing, but I lived in Scotland, and Scotland is an amazing country. I love Scotland, so if there are any subscribers from Scotland, please let me know, because I really love this country. My accent got messed up because it's a lot of Italian with some Scottish, if I focus on that. But when I came back from Scotland and I came here, I couldn't speak Scottish to people because people wouldn't understand a word of what I would be talking about. And so I also lived in America for a few months, and kind of picked some little things here and there, but I'm aware of the fact that I really need to improve, and I want to improve. There is time, and there is the willingness to do it. And so maybe one day you'll hear me, I don't know, speak with an amazing American accent, or maybe a great British accent, I don't know. But this doesn't matter to me. This is Sal, this is me, and also I would like to share with you some ideas, why I called my channel You Better Call Sal. Maybe I'll make a video about this, and also I would like to let you know the sort of interaction I would like to build with you subscribers, because it's really important to me. And so I've been thinking to also make some lives, and that would be really fun if you would interact with me and we could talk about things and life and so forth. So going back to the Metatron, well, something crazy about this guy is that he wouldn't study much. He's a smart guy. He's a smarter guy today, but back in the days he didn't study much, although he would memorize the Divina Commedia, which from Dante, you know Dante, if you know Dante, if you're familiar with Italian literature, it would be, you know, just reading this book and be like, yeah, last night I was practicing this, and it would come up, you know, with the first canto, the first chapter of the Divina Commedia, and it would just recite it. You know, it would just know it by heart, you know, and that to me was impressive. So when he left to England, you know, we kept in touch, we wrote letters, we kept in touch through emails, and sometimes we would talk on the phone. So before he left to England, he didn't have a high school diploma, and that's a crazy thing, you know. He went to England, he learned English, and then eventually he came back. So when he came back, he was another man, he was a new man, he was a different man, he was somebody who knew what he wanted to do. And so he had lots of skills, and still has lots of skills. During these years in England, he developed lots of skills, lots of talents. And so when he came back, he was like, man, I need to put this into practice, I need to flipping do something about it, I need to turn my life around. And so he went back to school, he studied languages like as a high school, and so he got his diploma. Great guy. That was very, very impressive. He had an amazing idea. He went to Naples to study Japanese. And I was quite shaken. You know, English is already a hard language to master, but Japanese, come on, what the heck are you talking about? Japanese is just, you know, mind-blowing. You know, it's a really hard language, and you must be crazy if you want to study Japanese or any of the Oriental languages. And so he went there, and he really succeeded so much. He was one of the best students in the university. He wouldn't tell you this, but I'm telling you this. He had amazing marks. He had the highest marks ever, you know. And if you ask him, like, so what is the secret of your success? He will reply to you, and he will tell you that in reality, he really worked hard. He freaking worked hard. He studied many, many hours a day. He just, you know, it was just studying, and, you know, he had his goals in his mind. He kept playing video games every now and then because he really likes video games. And I don't blame him for that, because really, like, video games, if, you know, you play in a good way, if you play in a smart way, could be even educational, could be even somewhat educational. Yeah, he succeeded. So he went to Japan, and he lived in Japan for 4.5 years. And that's another crazy thing, because, I mean, I found differences, you know, I found cultural differences when I went to England, when I went to Scotland, when I lived in Scotland, and even when I lived in America. You know, there are so many differences between Italians and Americans that thinking about another culture, thinking about another part of the world, thinking about Japan is mind-blowing. You know, it's a place that is so far away, and it's so different from us, you know, from us also Western people, you know. So he went there, he sacrificed there because, you know, he worked really, really hard until he really mastered Japanese. So today he speaks English perfectly, Japanese, and he speaks other languages as well. If he has a goal, he knows how to reach it. After he came back from Japan, he started teaching at a high school here in Palermo. And he still does, he still teaches in a high school. He's got lots of students and lots of people ask him for lessons. And also, like, another crazy thing he's doing is like working on his channel. And that is a big thing, you know, that's a big deal. Because, I mean, I opened my channel like a few years ago, and I must admit this, I didn't work much on my channel, but he was an inspiration to me, and so I decided to get my channel back and to publish a video a day, and, you know, just to build up my community. And I know that, you know, many of you subscribers come from the Metatron, And I thank you for this. I thank you for this trust. Something I want to put before, and I want to make it clear, you know, I am not the Metatron. The Metatron is the Metatron, you know. Nobody could, you know, be the Metatron. Nobody could be me either. But the point is, you know, as you watch his videos, and I am a big fan of the Metatron as well, of course, his videos are very educational, are very inspiring, are very well made, are very educated. You know, my videos are less educated. My videos are different, you know. I'm not as good. I am not as good as he is, you know, and to me it's a good thing, because, you know, if you come to this channel, you're going to enjoy, you know. I'm just trying to show you things, to share things about life with you, and I'm trying to show you who I am, you know. I'm trying to be myself, and yeah, that's fun. So we've been friends for many years. We've been friends for over like 16 years. We've been friends for 18 years maybe. It's been a long time, and it's been a great support. It's been a great friend. It's a real friend, actually, you know. Some people in Sicily say that friends are like the fingers of your hand. So you can't have many friends because you have just few fingers. You've got only 5 fingers. And I must admit that even to this day, I haven't got many friends. I know lots of people, but to call a person friend, it's a big deal to me, you know. So I hope you kind of got an idea on how I met the Metatron. If you have some questions, please feel free to write those questions down in the comments below, and I'll be happy to reply to your comments. I'm really happy to this day to be the Metatron's friend. He's a great guy, he's a fun guy, he's a smart guy, he's a genius in my opinion, and I consider him to be my best friend and also my mentor. Because every time I talk with him and I counsel myself with him, I always learn something new, and that's fantastic, you know. Everybody would like to have a friend like the Metatron, and he considers all of his subscribers friends, and he has a lot of respect, and he really thinks of you. He thinks about his community a lot. He is with you, and I'm sure he is grateful for the great support and the great growth that he has experienced in this adventure. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been fabulous to spend some time with you. I hope you're having fun. Life is good. Enjoy life. Well guys, I don't know what to say. I've said so many good things about the Metatron. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, if you feel sad, you better call Sal.